Hello everyone, hello, hope you're doing okay. Welcome to Look Back episode 52. Is it 52? Let me just check. Yeah, 52, yes. Hope you're doing well, yes. It's good to see you again. And basically, this is where I look back at what I reviewed 1 year ago and 5 years ago, basically. And to see whether the things are still available. Usually, it's more likely to be the case 5 years ago, as you can imagine. But sometimes it is the case 1 year ago as well, if it's been limited edition, things like this. And also whether I agree with the review results as well, whether I've changed my mind over time or things like this. So quite an interesting one. So yeah, so without further ado, let's see if we can get into let's set up the graphics, shall we? It sometimes takes me a couple of minutes to realise what on earth was going on, but I'll tell you what, let's get the hang on, there we go, that's part of it done. Alright, so let's see. The problem is, what happens is I've got so much on my screens at once, it's quite difficult to see everything, so let's have a look. Wrong one there, let's have a look. Wrong one there as well. Goodness me. All right, here we go. Here we are. This is it. There we go. 1 year ago. Okay, there we go. Got it there. Hello there, Shuri. Great to see you. How are you doing today? How's things going, Shuri? How are you doing? Hope you're doing well. Did you have a nice time with your, was it Tuesday or Wednesday you saw your girlfriend? Hopefully you had a good time. Hopefully you did. I think the weather may have been good. It's one of those, isn't it? It's kind of been up and down a bit, but hope you had a good time. Great to see you as well. Good afternoon, hope you're well. Yes, thanks, Alan. Thank you very much. Yeah, I'm not doing too bad, thanks, Alan. Yes, how are you doing? Did you get the, what was it you were, I can't remember what it was now, were you looking for? There's a sweet, wasn't there, that we discussed last week and you were going to see if you could get it. I didn't get it, basically, whatever it was. I'm sure I was going to see if I could get it as well. I can't remember if it was one you recommended to me or one of, maybe a bit of both, actually. But either way, I think I was trying to look for, what was I trying to look for now? I forgot what it was. Something in Sainsbury's or Asda, I think I was trying to look for. I can't think what it was. Anyway, I didn't find it. I think there was a Terry's chocolate orange bar, I think, that didn't have orange flavouring in it or something like that. I think I was trying to look for. But I don't think it was that we spoke of. And there's something else as well, but I forgot what it was now. Yeah, well, hopefully I'll remember at some point. But I did, but I have got 3 sets of. I'm going to do a Jammy Dodgers Ultimate Dodger versus battle, basically. So the new sort of not the new regular Jammy Dodgers with more jam apparently or more flavour. The Foxes one and the M&S one as well. So we'll see what happens there. Should be an interesting one. So that's on the cards. But yes, unfortunately, didn't go to London. Ended up with a really bad stomach on Monday. Oh, what a shame. What a shame. Oh yeah, that's where you were going to go, wasn't it? Yeah. Did you still have a nice time together? Hopefully you did. But yeah, you don't want, last thing you want to do is to be wandering around not feeling too great. So what a shame. I'm sure you still had a nice time either way. I hope you did anyway. Yeah, so 1 year ago, now I did do a member review 1 year ago, as I always do. Let's see, what was it this time? It was the, let's have a look, Ben and Jerry's Salty Camel Cookie Dough Chunks it was. So if you're a bronze member above, you can go and check that out, see that review. So I've still got one. I've got so much ice cream in the freezer to review. It's worrying really how much I've got, to be honest. I've got no room at all, but there we go. The Dark Chocolate Foxy's Rounds, that was it. Yes, I did get them and I have reviewed them actually, Alan. I was hoping to publish them this week, but I have reviewed them basically. So yeah, I need to get them done. I think I'll try and get them out. So I've got the 2,500 subscriber special coming tomorrow. Hopefully, I've just basically both nights I was going to do a review this week, publish something. I just had long days at work really, or something else cropped up. So it's been a bit of a busy week, unfortunately, so I was only able to do one. So I was hoping to get another one out tomorrow, so I might try and do it later, but I've got a busy day tomorrow as well and a busy day today. So I don't know, we'll see. So I'm a bit behind, basically. I've also got to remember, I've got so much to do, it's ridiculous, really. But yeah, so hopefully I'll try and get on top of it. But yes, that was the one. I did get them, and I have reviewed them. So yeah, so looking forward to getting that one out. Hopefully I'll catch up next week a bit better. Fingers crossed. Fingers crossed. Yes, try to make the most of it. Burma City Centre to entertain us. We saw Deadpool on 4DX, and besides the dodgy stomach, it was great. Thank you, sir. Oh, very good, very good. Deadpool. Yeah, I saw the first Deadpool, I think. I haven't seen the second one, so perhaps I need to see that before I see the third one. I've kind of got a bit, I don't know, I've seen Marvel, so many of them now. I've kind of, I don't know, I feel like, yeah, I've kind of, I've got a bit fatigued, I think, is it just, although Deadpool's a bit different and stuff like that, it's a bit more amusing, but yeah, we'll see. I think superheroes generally, I think, have worn me out now, so I might give them a bit of a break for a time. We'll see what happens though. I bought more of the new chunky King Cats, and even more raspberry border biscuits. Yeah, I haven't bought more of the raspberry ones, the border biscuits, because I do like them actually. I do like them. I like dark chocolate gingers as well, but I don't know why. I think I've just got so many biscuits as well. Because the problem with biscuits is if you review them, you've still got basically all the pack to eat. So that is one where it's difficult to get more than one there. I've got so many biscuits to review. And I say I've got all sorts of biscuit type things up there. So yeah, it's one thing that I don't. But the Kit Kat Chunky, those Kit Kat one, I did buy. I've bought them twice more since then, and I almost bought them a third time as well. because yeah, they're very nice. Those I do like them a lot. I think they'd be good as dark chocolate as well. They're not actually dark chocolate. If they did a dark chocolate with that recipe, that sort of design, I think that would work very well as well. So yeah, very nice. It's nice enough as it is, to be honest with you. Nice enough as it is. Right, so I'll tell you what, let's do, we'll go to 5 years ago. I think we do 5 years ago, don't we, usually first? Let's do 5 years ago first. Maybe we don't, but I always say this every week, you never know. So we'll see, we'll assume I do. Let's see, where's your 5? Oh, wrong one, and there's so many things, right, okay, is this it? Yes, there we go. All right, so 5 years ago. So what did I review 5 years back? Try and do it in a bit of some kind of order, but we'll see. See how it goes. Well, I did do the timeout, Australia timeout, so it was already gone in the UK by this time, but so I got the Australian one, but it's gone from Australia now. I think it's called the breakaway now. So timeout, it's called the twirl breakaway. So it's just, basically, rather than being timeout, it's an actual, they've rebranded a twirl version as it. Although I'm not sure if they still do that now, but that's what it was. So an interesting one, that one. So what did I give it? I gave it, let's see if I get the right one. Gave it let's see, a 3 out of 5. I gave it basically back 5 years ago. I've also tried that pecan milk chocolate Tony's bar, and it's delicious. It might be up there as my new favourite pecan. Okay, is that the was that the green one, the green and pink one that I had? I think I have reviewed that one actually. So yeah, I've got that one in the another one too that I have reviewed that I need to publish. So goodness me, got quite a few things to get through at the moment. It's quite difficult. It was a good movie, but I'm looking forward to Transformers 1 though. Yeah, I've got that in my sights. I'm going to head to Belfast to watch it in October when it releases. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. It's got the problem of having modern humour in it. Like a lot of films these days have this sort of, I don't know, it's this unnatural dialogue they have, don't they? And where people don't speak like they do in real life. I mean, I realise films are films and people don't really speak like they do in real life. But I mean, it's like this sort of, it's like a sort of a conversation, rather than being a conversation, it's like a sword fight, so people sort of, it's back and forth for a different thing, and I guess it's acceptable in animated films, and I can kind of see it, and I don't mind it. And the problem with me is, and it's possibly the same with a lot of Transformers fans, is you always want the original animated movie to just be remade. But to be honest with you, I realise that that's just a bad idea, because it is what it is, and it should be left alone, really. Yeah, so there we go. But I have pre-ordered the Transformers Studio 86 Optimus Prime, so I have pre-ordered that. I think that is almost perfect, to be honest with you. We're looking at, other than the Matrix chamber in Prime's chest, which doesn't have any detailing on, unfortunately. But other than that, I think it does look pretty spectacular. Yeah, so for this one anyway. Yeah, so what to make of it? Well, basically, problem with this Australian timeout, it's Cadbury Australia is the gist of it. So the middle of it, the chocolatey, basically timeout's a 2-fingered bar covered in chocolate with wafer in the middle, separated by a layer of twirl-style chocolate, like a wavy, folded layer of chocolate, basically. But unfortunately, Cadbury Australia's chocolate, just, I don't know, they're just not as good as UK chocolate, basically. Some of, and this isn't dairy milk either, so what they had in between, it tasted a bit more like a bourbon cream or a penguin cream, so it just wasn't really like a chocolate cream at all. So that's why I gave it 3 out of 5. And to be honest with you, yes, it was disappointing, unfortunately. It wasn't like the UK timeout bar was probably a 4.5, 5 out of 5. It's a classic. It was definitely one of the best bars. But yeah, this one, I don't know, it was a bit of a shame, really. So I think it probably was the right result. I think it was a 3 out of 5. It was the same basically, but it just was a bit of a shame. It just didn't have the chocolate part of it really, which is what makes a timeout quite special. Makes it more than just a wafer bar. So a bit of a shame, that one. Bit of a shame, but I'm glad it existed. And so you can still, I think you might still be able to get it as a timeout as the twirl breakaway in Cadbury Australia, but even that I think might have gone away. So yeah. Another Australian bar, the Cadbury Snack. Cadbury Snacks, that's another one. You're lucky to have got that pre-order, because when I went to get it, it's completely sold out. I think I got it from Amazon, I think. I think it was Amazon. So yeah, give it a try there. Yeah, I think Hasbro generally have quite a good relationship with Amazon. So that's where I got it. I only ordered it, about a week ago or something, I think. So it wasn't that long ago. So I give it a check, see if it's still about. Don't know if I was. I think it was sold by Amazon as well. So let's see if it's still there. What's it called? I think I couldn't find it easily on the search engine. Series Optimus Prime. see if you can see it. It's hard to find on a search. Basically it didn't appear straight away. I think I had to find it via Google and then click to get to Amazon. It was something very strange. You couldn't find it on Amazon's search page. Let's see if we can see it. Shopping. Yeah, I remember it being a bit of a weird one. Yeah, so if you type in Studio Series Optimus Prime and go to on Google and then go to products, you can see it on Amazon, and you can get it. So it's still there. It still says pre-order now, so you can still get it, Shuri, if you go there. So yeah, but you can't. I couldn't find it via Amazon directly. I had to go via Google to get to Amazon. So it's a very weird one. Don't know why that's the case. But give that a go now, yeah, and quickly order it. It's not cheap though. It's not cheap. Not cheap at all. So Cabbage Snack Australia. What did I give this one? Well, I gave this one. I gave it a 5 out of 5. This one gave it a 5 out of 5. Yeah, so a bit of a basically this one, it's not like the Cadbury Snack UK, and the cover of this one's a pretty poor cover. I mean, look at that, it looks rubbish, doesn't it? If I'm looking at it there, but basically this is basically like Fry's 5 center from back in the day. Don't you remember that classic Fry's bar? It was a segmented bar with different fillings in each segment. So this one, I think it has like something called coconut ice, which is actually just fondant cream. It had raspberry, I think it had banana, I think it had Turkish delight, pineapple. Orange as well. I think it was 6 in total. I think maybe 5, but it depends. If you get the bar version, the small, this is like the big chunky one. If you get the regular bar, there's only 5, I think. But if you get this one, there's the 6, which is the coconut ice, which is the other one. And all of them taste pretty nice. Even the Turkish delight one, I was happy with, basically. So just wonderfully unique. A real nice experience having all these different centres, and they're all labelled as well, so you can see which one's what. And they say they've got like an image on them, like a pineapple or something. I thought some flavours were better than others. Basically, the pineapple one was very vivid in its colour, very nice. And I'm not a fan of pineapple generally, but it tasted very nice. It probably doesn't taste like real pineapple, But there we go. It's typical fruit creams, you know what I mean? But the problem with it was, the only problem with this bar is the dairy milk. Again, it's not easy to discern. It's Cadbury Australia dairy milk, which isn't as good as UK one. But to be honest with you, because of all the fillings and things, I think it's not really a problem. I don't think you'd want to specifically overly taste the dairy milk, because it probably works just about right. I think it's such a unique and fun product. It's just one of a kind, really. There's not really any other bars like this these days, and it's just great for that reason. 5 to 6 different fillings, amazing, really. So it's got to be the same, hasn't it? It's got to be the same. So 5 out of 5 still for sure. A great bar, that one, and definitely a lot better than the Cadbury Snack UK, which is just basically shortbread biscuit, isn't it? Shortcake biscuit or whatever, covered in chocolate. Pretty uninspired bar. That was very nice, that one. Definitely recommended. It's a buy on site one, that one, basically, because it's so, unless you really dislike fondant creams. But yeah, very, 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 very unique, very nice, very interesting bar, that one. Yeah, so we've got these Smoothie Skittles limited edition. I mean, you can still get these now. I'm sure I bought them just the other week. The price is eye-watering, but thank you for telling me about that. I think I'm going to have to pre-order that figure. It will look great next to my Encore release of G1 Prime. Yeah, this is it. Yeah, the G1 Prime Encore one was... well, in fact, is that one from even further back? Because Encore was a range about 20 years ago, wasn't it? I think 15 years ago, something like that. But there was the what was it? The reimagined. I forgot what it's called now. The one that did not too long ago, which I thought you'd got as well. Unless that's the one you meant. Is it remastered, reformatted? It's reformatted, isn't it? I didn't get that one in the end. I was tempted, but I didn't. So there we go. I'm tempted to just get all the regular figures now, actually, the new ones, the Studio 86 ones and stuff like that. Go into those. I've kind of got a bit fed up with the Masterpiece ones because it's just so expensive and the limited runs and all this sort of nonsense. Yeah, back in 2017, 2007, I believe, I got the Missing Link, but left it in the box. The Missing Link one was one I was thinking of, yes. I've got a few Encore ones, Boozicus and some of the tapes, but I think I've left them in the box for the most part. I do have a reissue of the Predaking, which was quite nice, which I did take out, which I always wanted when I was younger, but he was not available in the UK, I don't think. Yeah, so Skittles Smoothies limited edition one. Well, what did I give this one? You know what? Well, let's have a look. I gave it a 3 out of 5. These ones. It's a good set of flavours, all of which aren't in the regular Skittles, so they're quite interesting. So you had things like lovely pastel colours as well. I think you had like a banana flavour one as well. Quite an interesting one. Did I say banana in the Cadbury Snack one? Maybe I was thinking of this one. Not sure if there's banana in the Cadbury snack one. I could have told a lie there. Basically, I think I was thinking of these because when I was writing my notes, I think it stuck in my head. I think it's banana. I think it was orange and strawberry. I think in the Cadbury snack one. But either way, yes, I don't think there's banana in that. So perhaps ignore that. If I did mention banana, I can't remember now. But yeah, these ones, yeah, lots of interesting flavours. But the problem was they still had a bit of a tang to them. They still had the typical Skittles tang, you know, that sort of sort of tart. Sort of sharp flavour, you know. So even though they're like smoothies and things, you just didn't. That was a bit negative, really. And it's such a poor distribution as well, like all Skittles. You know, they have that discount on the back saying no 2 Skittles bags were like. That's why we have a random amount of flavours or whatever. But of course, that's not good enough. You know, that's not good enough because if you have a flavour you like and stuff like that, you want to taste it. And for instance, in some cases, it was like 14 of one and 44 of another, which is just ridiculous, really. You know, really ridiculous. Yeah, and I thought some of the some of the flavors were a bit subtle as well. Some of them worked quite relatively well, but some of them were quite subtle in the flavors. So I'm not sure would you pronounce Boatade? Yes. Como você está? How am I? Yes. I'm very well, thank you. I'm very well, thank you, Joe. How are you? How are you doing? I don't know how you'd say it in Portuguese. I know you'd say it in the Spanish, but I'm not sure in Portuguese. But yes, it's very similar. It's similar, of course. But well, how are things going? I guess maybe that's how are things going. Yeah, possibly might be going, isn't it? Yeah, I'm not sure, but yes. Good afternoon. How are things going? I think that basically says how are things doing? How are you doing? I'm good, thank you. I'm good, thank you, Joe. How are you doing today? Hope you're doing well. Hope you're doing well. Yeah, and not the best weather in the UK here today, but it's better than it has been. But that's not saying too much. Oh dear. Yeah, so for these ones, I think the problem is just pretty poor, just too sharp, too tangy, weren't very interesting. Nice enough flavours, but the flavours should have been quite subtle in these ones. They shouldn't have had that sharp taste to them. Smoothies I don't think should be sharp and tangy and tart and things like that. So I think for me these ones, I think basically, yeah, I think these are down. I think these are 2.5 out of 5, basically. Just a bit disappointing, really. You know, and I think the flavours are just a bit ruined by that tartiness. So a bit of a shame, that one. Bit of a shame, but there we go. There we are. Right, so what else do we get? The last one for the last 5 years back, what was it then? It's another Skittles one, believe it or not. This one, it was a Skittles Dips. That's a bit of a small picture, maybe I should have made that bigger. But 5 years ago, and it looks dated, that cover, doesn't it now, actually? You know, it doesn't, you know what I mean? You wouldn't really think 5 years ago things would look a bit dated, but it does look a bit dated, I don't know. You compare it to like the Skittles smoothies. It just looks a bit dated, doesn't it? Don't know, weird that. Only 5 years ago, though. Yes, doing well. Sun and moon at midday. Goodness me. Have you ever seen it? Well, sometimes, yeah, have a see when it's cold. It's not too uncommon in the UK because we get, I guess it's relative, you know, yeah, well, a bit colder than Brazil, I would imagine. So yeah, we do often see it. Yeah, we do see it quite frequently. Yeah. So is it quite rare that to see? I mean, we don't see it every day, of course. It's not really in the summer, but usually after September time, it's not uncommon. Yeah, to see that. But yeah, funny one, really, a funny one. Oh yeah, so interesting, yeah, interesting. But really, do you have any explanation for that? Well, I think I think it's when the sun's low in the sky. I think it usually happens on cold days. Usually happens on cold, obviously clear days. Yeah, I think it's just when the sun's low in the sky, I assume, but I don't know for sure. Actually, I've just assumed that. I'm not really sure. But it's very interesting, yeah. I guess maybe because we're quite far north, maybe it might be quite common here because we're quite far north, perhaps. Maybe that's why. Yeah, I don't know. Interesting one. Beautiful, yes. Beautiful day, clear and cold, nice and crisp. Yes, clear and cold. Yeah, I like days like that in the summer and spring times. It's quite nice, really. Yeah, it does make a nice difference, really. Yeah, it is quite interesting. But yeah. Interesting, that really interesting because it's not. I wouldn't say it's not uncommon. Basically, I wouldn't say it's common either. It's not like something that happens every day, but we do see it quite frequently, really. Yeah, interesting. Just to think that it probably isn't something that's quite common in other places. Interesting that. Yeah. Now these Skittles dip ones, believe it or not, I gave these. You know, you might think my Skittles, you know, usually give them quite low ratings, but I gave these ones. Well, believe it or not. 5 out of 5, these coated dips. Yeah, yogurt coated, basically. And the reason for this is because the yogurt just complements the Skittles perfectly, you know, because that tanginess I was talking about. Well, the yogurt kind of really tones that back, you know, really counterbalances it, just balances the sweets out. So they have like this sort of yogurt coating. I think over almost half the chocolate, half the sweet, I think. So, you know, but the problem with it is it's quite hard to see what the different flavours are without messing around, turning them around and things. But it balances them beautifully, actually. It's really nice, these Skittles dips. That's a yogurt, this sort of yogurt coated with them. And the yogurt layer is very thick as well. But they don't smell very great because it's a sort of weird yogurty coating. I don't know, it didn't smell very nice. I said it can make it difficult to discern what flavours are what because of the half covered and this, that and the other. And probably not covered particularly neatly. But questionable distribution as always. But I just thought it really balanced out the flavours. I just really enjoyed having these. And I just thought that that tartiness, that sort of, you know, sourness. I wouldn't say it's really sour, but just that tartiness that Skittles have was really balanced out with the yogurt flavour. So to be honest with you, I think I haven't had them since actually. I don't know if you can still get them, but I'm going to give it the same. Right, the really classic ones, those. I don't know if you can still get those. I feel like you probably could, but I think I'm thinking of something else like the Skittles, you know, foams, whatever they're called, the Skittles squishies. So these ones unfortunately might have disappeared, but they were great. But as I said, it's weird how that packaging looks dated, isn't it? You know, very strange that. You know, only 5 years ago. But yeah, shame if those are gone, but I think they might have done. But they were a very nice Skittles product, those. Probably one of the best ones, I think. Yeah, certainly did enjoy those. Certainly did. Skittles sells more than M&M's. I'm not sure really, Joe, to be honest with you. They seem to be very popular in the US, Skittles, I must say. But I think M&M's probably are as well. But I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I think they might be. I feel like they're on a similar level, to be honest with you. But I could be wrong, but they might be. I feel like they probably are, though, to be honest with you. I feel like they probably are. Yeah. It's an interesting one, that one. I don't know. You know, what do you guys think? Do you think, what do you think, Joe, as well? I don't know. Do you hear more of M&M's and Skittles? What do you reckon? I don't really know, to be honest with you. They're quite similar-ish, I think. Yeah. So, interesting one, that one. Interesting. Good question, I think, but I'm not too sure. But yeah, I feel like they're very similar, but I don't know. I feel like M&M's a bit more normal, I think, but there are quite a lot of different types of M&M's products out there, but a lot of different Skittles ones as well. Just trying to find there it is. There we go. Yeah, so interesting on that one. I must ask, have you seen the Legacy United G1 Prime? Legacy United G1 Prime. I don't know if I have really. I'm not sure if I have seen that one. Might have to look out for that. See Legacy United. Let's have a see. Let's have a look. Like the Universe one, I think. It seems quite a. We've got all these pop-ups messing around now. Let's have a see. Does look pretty good. Is it the one that's quite small though? Is that the problem with it? I think can't recall now. Is that the? Yeah, it might be one of those in the small range. I think. Is that right, Shori? I think there are a few smaller ones, aren't there? I kind of get put off because they're a bit too small. No Skittles, as far as you remember, as far as I know. Yes. Well, Skittles is more popular where you are. Well, there aren't Skittles at all where you are. Maybe I'm not sure if. Yeah, interesting that one. Interesting. Yeah. So no, I'm not sure if you mean there's no Skittles are more popular, or there's no Skittles at all. Yeah, that's interesting on that one. Yeah. I think in the US Skittles are popular. I always felt like M&M's are popular in the US as well. So I think in the UK, I don't know. I probably see more M&M's adverts in the UK, but I think Skittles are still popular. Well, sure. I'd say Skittles are more popular. Most people I know don't like M&M's chocolate. Yeah, I think that's the thing, isn't it? Skittles are just a bit more. M&M's are just a bit more. The chocolate's just not the best. I mean, strangely enough, though, I quite like the M&M's chocolate bars. Strangely enough, but the actual M&M's themselves, I don't know. And they do peanuts as well, don't they? Which are always a bit hit and miss. You know, seem to be not quite overly as popular, not as mean. Well, not. I mean, basically there are people, you know. 1 in 3 people who won't like the peanut M&Ms, for instance, stuff like that. So they do the chocolate ones, but I like the crispy ones a bit. Yes, a small figure, I believe. Yeah, so it doesn't look too bad though for a small figure though. But I kind of I kind of don't like the smaller ones because they tend to be a bit, you know, they just tend to be sort of missing certain. Yeah, it does look good for the size, though, I must say. But generally, I'm not a big fan of them. I think they just generally sort of, you know, don't have the details I like, or are missing some of the, you know, too many panel gaps and stuff like that. But yeah. So I mean, there's no Skittles there. I might be wrong though. Well, if you've not heard of them, if they are there, then certainly They can't be that yeah, that big of a thing, can they? That's for sure. Because I would have thought you would have heard of them at the least. Yeah, so that's a bit of a funny one. Yeah, interesting that. Wonder why then? Because you would have thought. Well, I guess they're both candy covered, aren't they? Really interesting that. I think they're both. I'm sure they're both Mars products, aren't they? Skittles and M&Ms. So interesting one because they're quite a big. They're not a small product, that's for sure. You know, you do see them quite frequently. Yeah, and there's lots of different kinds as well. As I say, it seems to get quite a lot of American views on my channel when I review Skittles. You know, so an interesting one, that one. Yeah, an interesting one, that. Yeah, very strange that. Yeah, wonder why that is then. Because you would have thought, as I say, being in a hot country where you are, you would have thought maybe unless they melt, I don't know, unless they get too sticky and things, which is possible. Mondelez has its own brand here. Yeah, see. All right, what's yeah, what's that then? What's that, Joe? What's that's interesting. Well, its own type of Skittles, does it? Ah, okay, maybe that's why. Maybe they've got their own. Maybe they've cornered the market. Maybe. Yeah. Interesting that. Interesting. But yeah, maybe that's why they've just dominated. What are they called then, Joe? What are the Mondelez equivalents? And do you like the smaller figures, Shuri, by the way, as well? And yeah, let me know. But yes, white chocolate digestives 1 year. Can you believe it? 1 year ago. 1 year. Goodness me. Now at the time I said that these are my. Well, let's see. What did I give them? What did I give them? I gave them a 4 out of 5. I gave them. I said that these were my favourite chocolate digestive biscuits, basically. I said one of the best chocolate digestives there are. Not anymore, I don't think. I think the double chocolate, triple chocolate, whatever they're called, the ones I reviewed the other week, they're the best ones, I think, for me. They were gorgeous, those, as a digestive biscuit goes. I think I gave them a 4 out of 5, so I might have to up them to 4.5, I think. I was borderline on doing it anyway. But these ones were very nice. The problem with these ones was the chocolate, milk, the white chocolate wasn't particularly thick, or if it was thick, it didn't look thick enough because you could see the biscuit underneath, which is a bit of a shame. It made them look a bit homemade and a bit rubbish looking, really, but they were still very nice, and I thought they were just a good amount of white chocolate. I did really enjoy these ones. I think 4 out of 5 is probably about spot on. I think I usually give milk chocolate digestives a 3.5. I don't mind them, but the chocolate's just not distinct enough and is not thick enough on those. I don't know if it's really thicker in this one, but it just stood out a bit more being white chocolate, I think. So I think, to be honest with you, I think it's probably about right, that one. I think it is about right. 4 out of 5. Yeah, I did enjoy those a lot. But as I say, I think since then my favourite chocolate ones have got to be the double or triple chocolate ones. Whichever ones you get, they're both the same, pretty much, for all intents and purposes. Yeah, but Shory says 5 stars for these digestives. I'm not the biggest fan of the small. Oh yeah, so 5 stars for these ones. So Shory's definitely a big fan of these ones. Were you a fan of the gold ones as well, though, Shory, as well? Which ones do you prefer then, Shory, the gold ones or the white chocolate ones? I'm not the biggest fan of smaller figures. I don't really own that many figures, to be honest. Yeah, the masterpiece ones I've got a few of. Yeah, I'm not really a big fan of the small ones. They look okay, but they're very expensive, really, aren't they? For the size, you know, it's just really, they get into basically the regular Studio Series ones are now the price that the masterpiece ones were when they first came out. It's getting crazy, really. Tasted far better than they looked. Yeah, I agree with you there, Alan. Yeah, they looked a bit of a dog's dinner. They really looked. You know, a bit messy, just a bit homemade, unfortunately. Like they've not got enough chocolate on them, and there is an argument to say they didn't really have enough. But I certainly think it was good enough for me, the amount of chocolate. It could have been better if they were thick. I certainly think it would never be a bad thing to have more chocolate on them. But yeah, they tasted. I was very happy with these ones. But in my opinion, I highly recommend the double and triple chocolate ones. I think the triple chocolate ones are sensational digestives, whatever they're called. Reviewed last week. They've got some kind of daft name. I think they've replaced the other ones now. They're saying the triple chocolate, whereas it's basically exactly the same as the double chocolate ones. I don't know why the double chocolate ones weren't called triple chocolate, or why the triple chocolate ones aren't called double chocolate. I'm not sure, but they've both got the same components, you know. So it's a bit crazy. But they would definitely be the ones I would recommend of all the chocolate digestives, in my opinion, anyway. But I know some people like the gold ones. The gold ones weren't particularly great, I didn't think. That's similar to the regular chocolate digestives, which is still nice, but the white ones I really enjoyed. I think I have to say the gold, but it's a very close battle. Yeah, see, a lot of people did like the gold one. I think I mentioned the other day, for me, it just wasn't enough. Wasn't enough gold. He wasn't. I don't know. Yeah, he suffered from the same problem as the regular chocolate digest. Just wasn't enough of it. And as I say, I think I'd rather just have a gold bar. I think if I'm gonna have a, yeah, I'd just rather have a gold bar. I think, but I don't know, all the same, I can understand it, but yeah, I don't know, yeah, the white chocolate ones I just felt just had a stronger taste for them. But so a lot of people did like the gold ones, I think. You know, well, I feel like I don't know really. If you look at the colour of a gold bar and the colour of the gold on the gold digestive, I do feel like the biscuit is coming through because it's a lot darker than the gold bar. I'm eating my digestives from the fridge just now. Seems to be wow. Digestives from the fridge. I've never tried that before. Does it make the biscuit itself harder then? I don't guess it probably would, wouldn't it? But that's an interesting one. Digestive. Is that because it's warm where you are, Alan? Is that why? Or have you just done it to try it out? Interesting that. Can't go wrong with a gold bar. It's definitely an underrated snack. Yeah, I think. Yeah, this is it. This is it. Someone was saying they've gone a lot smaller. Since I think they're a bit smaller these days than they used to be. But everything is, isn't it? You know, it's always the way, isn't it? So yeah, can't really, you know, just the way it goes, isn't it? Everything's smaller than it used to be. Goodness me. But yes, white chocolate digestives. Yeah, and gold digestives. There's quite a few of them now. They've definitely done a load of them. Yeah, let's say I think. Yeah, I don't know. There's. Yeah, for me, I was very impressed with those triple chocolate ones. Anyway, I was very impressed with them and the double chocolate ones. Galaxy Mint 1 year ago. Smooth Mint to give its full name. What did I give this one? I gave this one 4.5 out of 5. I was very impressed. And I normally say that chocolate, I don't like creamy chocolate, Belgian chocolates, things like this. And I generally am not that bothered by them. You know, I don't dislike them, but Belgian chocolates, you know, things like, I don't know, maybe possibly Lindor chocolates generally. Maybe not Lindor, might be a bad example. Not sorry, Lindt chocolate. Not 100% sure that it's them, but so certain chocolates like that. Maybe Ritter Sports milk chocolate as well. Just seems to be a bit too creamy for me. And but Galaxy, it's a creamy chocolate, but it just really works for me. I really like it, and I wasn't sure what to make of this one, mint flavoured milk chocolate, but it's very nice. I really enjoyed this. Wonderfully smooth and creamy. It works great with the mint flavour as well. That smooth, you know, creamy chocolate. I say it tastes a lot like mint choc chip ice cream, but without the chip, of course. I was very happy with this one. Really, really enjoyed it. And I think you can still get it. I'm sure it's still around. So the only problem with it is that it's nothing else in it. It's just pure chocolate, if you know what I mean. So it's a difficult one. I'm tempted to up it to 5 out of 5 because it just had such a nice flavour. I can imagine this being nice refrigerated as well. You know, even though it won't be as smooth, but I can imagine it having a different dimension as well. I'm very tempted to. It's certainly closer to a 5 out of 5. I feel like if it did have chocolate chips in, then you'd probably have a 5 out of 5 because it would be like mint choc chip chocolate. But I don't know if I can quite push it up to a 5. I'm really tempted to do it. I'm really tempted. It's like a 4.75 or 4.74 maybe. Yeah, so I'm going to keep it the same. I really am. Really being good there. But I think, you know, I'm so tempted to have a 5 out of 5. It's just the fact that it's just chocolate and nothing else. I just don't know if I can give something that's just chocolate a 5 out of 5. But I'm very, well, I've probably done it in the past, haven't I? Yeah, I don't know. I'm so tempted. I'm just thinking, sometimes I gave Milky Bar a 5 out of 5, didn't I? I don't know if that was the right decision. Maybe that's a 4 out of 5, 4.5 out of 5. But very tempted. I'll ponder it. He says to Brummy, it's illegal to say anything nice about Galaxy. All right, I see, of course, because it's the competitor to Cadbury, of course. But all jokes aside, never liked Galaxy. Find it very sickly. Yeah, I can believe that. It is a very sickly. This is probably why I don't normally like creamy chocolate. It just tastes a bit that way. But for some reason, Galaxy works for me. But I can understand it for sure because it is definitely a creamier chocolate. But I do, yeah, for some reason it works for me. It does work for me. Yeah, but I can definitely understand, as you say, yeah, I can imagine being near the Cadbury factory. Certainly don't want to support the competitors. If you type Lacta Confetti is the name. Okay, let's have a look. Let's see. Okay, yes. You know what? I feel like I might have seen these in like an import shop. Maybe. They look familiar, but I'm not 100% sure. I might just be making that up. But right, okay. So yeah. So take it I can't see what's the middle. Hang on, what's that? Did I mean Lantana Confetti? No, I didn't. Let's see it doesn't quite show me on the inside of them, I don't think. I'm assuming it's just like a sugary inside, isn't it? So, okay, we do get the Milka. This is where I've seen it, I think, Joe. The Milka Confetti bar. Milka is obviously Mondelez. So we do have like a Milka Confetti, which is spelt the same way. and it has those little, not quite, I think there's mini versions of those in. I think that's where I've seen it. Yeah, so that will be where I've seen it, I think. So interesting that. So the brand sort of exists in the UK, but only via, it sounds like it's just a random name for a Milka bar, basically, but you can get that. So yeah, interesting that. Yeah, interesting one, that one. Yeah, so that's where it comes from then. Interesting that. Yeah. So yeah, interesting. So I think I might have reviewed Milka Confetti before. I don't know. So let's see if I've reviewed Milka Confetti. Let's have a look. It's a couple of clicks to get to wherever you want to go. Yeah, I did review Milka Confetti and Cadbury White Confetti as well. So there is a Cadbury White Confetti as well, even though it's not a product in the UK. So Cadbury and Milka in the UK have both released a confetti product, even though confetti isn't a thing in the UK. Interesting that. So there we go. So that's where it comes from. It's basically Milka, Mondelez's own Cadbury. So they often do like rebrands, and that's a perfect example of where they've done it. You know, why on earth you would never release a version of a product that doesn't exist in the UK, would you? Unless you were just doing a cheap rebranding of a Milka product. So there we go. Yeah, it took over the market a long time ago. No chances for M&M's. Is it chocolate on the inside though, Joe? I assume it's chocolate on the inside rather than a chewy inside. But yeah, so I guess but Skittles is different. Skittles is like a sugary centre. It's not a chocolate centre. Skittles is like there's no chocolate at all in Skittles. It's just all sugar basically. It's like a sugar flavoured centre. But yeah, very interesting. Yeah, this is it. Yeah, so it is an interesting one, that one. It's certainly not what you'd expect. So yeah, I'll see if I can I. So it's not going to be a. Have a look. Save as. It's not going to be a very big picture, this one. I'm just doing them both so it's easier to see. Let's have a see if I can do it. Let's have a look. I'll see if I can import the video. It's just like a clip of my video releases there. Go with this picture, image. So if I can find it. Videos. I did save the image, but it's not appeared for some reason. I got, maybe it's here. Yeah, there it is. Yes, you might not be able to see this. I don't know if you can see it, but yeah. So there's the two there you go, my two reviews basically: Cadbury White Confetti and Milka Confetti. So there you go. So even though I say it doesn't exist in the UK, there you go. I've mentioned wedding both times. Confetti is typically a thing at the UK. You throw at a wedding, like lots of colourful paper bits. But there we go. Yeah, it's interesting. So there we are. Yeah, so there we go. So it does slightly exist, but I'll say it's just seemed deemed to be a name in the UK. It doesn't have any significance in the UK. That so if you said something, it just sounds like people just think it's because it's colourful. Basically, I think. Yes, chocolate. Yes, so I see. Yeah, so Skittles is like the centre of them is fruit flavoured and they're and it's all sugar basically. It's just like flavoured sugar, chewy sugar centre. Is the gist of it. So yeah, I think I'll keep Galaxy Mint the same, but I'm very. You know what? In fact, know what? I'm gonna do it. I've debated long enough. I think it is a great bar. I think it does deserve to be bumped up. So I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna do it. Let's up it to 5 stars. Yes, I really enjoyed it. I think it's just a very nice flavour. I really liked it. You know what? Let's do it. Let's be kind. Sometimes I'm a bit too a bit too harsh on these chocolate bars. Let's give credit where credit's due. I really enjoyed that one. So, yeah, going to up that one to a 5. I think the fact that I was debating it for so long, I think, is good enough reason, really, to do it. Yeah, very nice one. That one definitely recommend. I'm sure it's still around, so grab it while you can. Jammy Dodgers. What's this one? Peach and apricot flavoured Jammy Dodgers. You probably know where this is going. It's the same problem with all Jammy Dodgers. Too much biscuit, not enough filling, not a strong enough filling. I think they seem to have attempted, in theory, maybe not in practice, I don't know, but they put on the products now a lot more, even more fruity flavour, something like that. I don't know if it says that there. Can't tell actually. But they say that. Now I'll just see if it is saying that. Actually, let's have a look. See if it is saying that on it. I don't know if it. See if I can open the picture a bit bigger. Yeah, hang on. Let's see. Let's have a look. No stuff. Yeah, no, it is. It just says no nasty stuff with jammy enough. Yeah, so they've tried to do it. I don't think they've been watching my reviews, of course. Probably haven't, but yeah, basically, there's just not enough fruity flavour in in jammy Dodgers for me. I know they're a classic and this, that and the other, but they're just not fruity enough. So 2.5 out of 5. You know, because even when you take half the biscuit off, it's still not fruity enough in my eyes. But it's a lot better, of course, you know. Does it taste like apricot? Well, it smells like it, to be honest with you. It has a nice peach and apricot aroma. Now, as far as like yogurts and things are concerned, you know, when you have it there, has a bit. It smells a bit like that. It's probably a bit. It says there's no artificial flavours in this, that, and the other, but it does have a nice smell from it. But it's not. I wouldn't say it's massively so. But there is a relative. I did say there's a relatively prominent flavour when compared to other Dodgers, so it is a bit better. But it's just still far too subtle, basically. Imagine it would be mostly flour. Well, it's just too much biscuit, basically. Yeah, Joe. It's just too much. There's too much biscuit and not enough filling. But you know, Jammy Dodgers are a bit of a classic. They can't really change the shape of them. So I think recently they've tried a couple of things. They tried coated one in like a sort of like basted it with a flavour to make it a bit more strawberry-like. So they seem to be trying to do it. And as I said, I don't know if they've been. I assume it's, you know, my videos. I don't get millions of views, let's put it that way, so I doubt it that there's been feedback from my reviews, but I'm assuming other people have gave similar feedback, because it sounds like they're trying to do something about it. As I say, they basted one of their strawberry ones recently with a sort of strawberry flavouring on the outside of the biscuit, and all the other ones they've said they've now got more fruity flavour. So it's definitely what I've been saying for the past, you know, a long time. Seems to be trying to do something about it, but it's still, I don't know, it wasn't enough with the strawberry one they did, but strawberry's a bit of a weaker flavour anyway, typically in biscuits and things. But yeah, this one, yeah, it's just too much biscuit, you know, just too much biscuit. They're in between a rock and a hard place, really, because they can't change the way the biscuit is, because that's the classic. There'll be an uproar, you know, even if people don't really care, they'll still complain about it, you know, if they change the design of it. So they've just got to increase the flavour, really, but you know, they need to increase it dramatically to get it to work through all that biscuit. So, but they have been doing loads of different flavours lately, and I'm assuming they're doing okay. But for me, I never really buy these. The only one that worked quite well was Chocky Dodgers, I think. The one they did where it had chocolate centre. That was actually quite strong. But a lot of people didn't seem to like that. It seemed to just be me who liked it. So I don't know. Well, they'll feedback from the channel anyway. But yeah, for me, this one, yeah, it's still 2.5 out of 5, basically. It's certainly closer to a... Well, 2.5. It's just 2.5 out of 5. You know, and the average biscuit is a digestive, which is a 2 out of 5. Chocolate digestive's a 3 out of 5. It's better than a digestive, but certainly not as good as a chocolate digestive. So 2.5 out of 5, basically. So there we are. Shame that one. I'm glad they're doing the different flavours, but they just don't. They're just not strong enough. There's just too much biscuit. So it's a real shame, because they've got so many different varieties and things. It's all natural ingredients as well. I realise there's still a load of rubbish in there, but it's still you know, it's natural ingredients, flavours and colours and stuff like that, you know, so they are trying the vegan friendly, but they just don't get the flavourings in there. I don't think it's not strong enough. So last one for today. Yes, it's the Fry's Coffee Cream. I think this one's disappeared now. It was a limited edition one, it seems. Fry's Coffee, yeah, Coffee Cream. So Fry's, sort of spoke about them before. They did the Fry's 5 cents. I think the coffee one was one of their specials in the Fry's 5 cents. They did quite in the 70s, 80s, whenever it was. So that would be a great one to have as well. And this is similar to like the coffee creams you're getting perhaps Roses back in the day, or 5-10 years ago, whenever it was, and some other things. But what did I give this one? I gave it, well, this would certainly be up my street in theory, but in practice, I gave it 3.5 out of 5. I was a bit disappointed, really. I thought, I originally gave it a 4, but changed it down to 3.5 in the edit, because I just didn't feel like my comments warranted a 4 out of 5. I thought it's distinct and interesting flavour, coffee is, and I like coffee flavoured chocolates and things. It's well up my street. And the dark chocolate works well with the coffee flavour as well. But there's no real coffee aroma, which was disappointing. I felt like I needed that. It was just flavouring. And I thought the coffee flavour was a bit too subtle as well, unfortunately. Just one of those. Yes, I'm still here. I'm just about to bake a cake, so I'm not next to my phone. Oh, don't worry, Sherry, don't worry. What cake are you doing? That sounds quite nice. Baking a cake, eh? That's pretty good, pretty good. I do like baking cakes, but unfortunately I just eat the whole thing, so I have to stop myself. Oh dear, that sounds very nice, yeah. Yes, indeed. Very jealous there. But let me know what cake. I quite like Victoria sponge cakes, you know. I find chocolate sponge is not quite as interesting as you'd think. You know, when I was younger, I thought, oh, chocolate sponge, amazing. But it's actually just not very flavourful, I found chocolate sponge. I've got vanilla sponge is actually a bit more interesting generally, tasting the vanilla. So that's what I find anyway. But of course, if you can spruce it up, of course. But I mean, just generic ones you buy in the shops and stuff. But yeah, so coffee cream. Well, to be honest with you, I think this is probably about right for 3 out of 5. It's got a nice, interesting coffee flavour. It was just a touch not strong enough. It just needed a slight bit more flavour, basically. It's a rainbow chip party cake. I've got some green icing to throw over the top of it. Wow, that sounds really good. Rainbow chip party cake. That sounds really nice. Yeah. So what are you throwing in there? You're throwing in like things like Skittles and Smarties and confetti, I guess. I know there's those ones where you can make a centre, kind of like a false centre, where you put in a centre with loads of sweets in the middle. So when you cut it, they all fall out. Don't know if you're going that extreme. It sounds very nice. A rainbow chip. Maybe popping candy, maybe all that sort of stuff. You could do all sorts of that, couldn't you? Really? It sounds very nice though. You've got multiple layers of different colours. I think I don't know. Yeah, don't want to make it to. I don't know. Yeah, interesting though. Very interesting. Well, sounds very tasty. That sure. Sounds very tasty indeed. However you manage to do it, there's lots of different. There's loads of avenues there to go down. I'm sure they're all great. So very nice indeed. Good luck with that. Yeah. Well, Fry's coffee cream. I think you probably know. I think for me, the problem was with it. It was a nice, interesting flavour. It worked well with the dark chocolate, but the flavour was just a bit too subtle for me. It's coffee chocolate and things. It needs to not be I don't think it needs to not be subtle. Maybe, but I don't mind it being a bit subtle, maybe. But this was just a bit too much. But to be honest with you, I think I probably would mind it being a bit subtle. It's got to be taste like coffee. It's got to be, it's got to be relatively strong. It's coffee, you know what I mean? Yeah. So I don't know. It's got confetti candy already in a mixture. It's nothing too far. It sounds, I'm sure, it'll be very nice though. You don't want to overcomplicate it. Yeah. So I guess in Joe, confetti candy in the UK probably be like a sort of sweetie. You can get it like a tub, can't you? Sure. And then you sprinkle it out. It's like sort of like a funny consistency, isn't it? But yeah, an interesting one. Yeah. Same. You end up eating too much of it. Yes, is it dangerous baking a cake? Dangerous. Especially when you've and then you got all the bowl to lick as well and stuff like that, so you end up eating half of it yourself, really. Yeah. Always very nice, but very dangerous. Like bread as well. When you make bread as well, you just eat so much. It's lovely bread as well, especially fresh out of the oven. It's so lovely. Impossible to not eat pretty much all of it, basically. I made a cheesecake once, and a ridiculously big one. I tried to think the amount of calories in it. It's like 2 tubs of mascarpone in it and all sorts. I think I ate that all to myself over the weekend. It was ridiculous. I love eating cake batter, see? Oh dear, yeah, you have nothing left for the cake itself, like. Oh well, this is it. Yeah, it's very tempting. It's very nice, and all the other things as well. It's all lovely, all lovely. But yeah, as for this one, well, I think, to be honest with you, it's another one where I think I got it on spot on right. I think it's a 3.5 out of 5, basically. It was a nice one, but it should have been a 4 out of 5. It should have just been a bit stronger, a bit more of a coffee, just a bit stronger in a coffee flavour, I think, for me. But it was nice. It was very close to being a 4, and as I say, I did change my mind in the edits because I just felt that my criticisms were just too much for a 4 out of 5 product. But it was a nice one, but yeah, just should have been better, I think. So there we go, guys. There we go. So that's the 8. Usually do 8 products. I think, and look back, and that's 8 of them basically. Yeah. So one of those, isn't it? So I'll say turning the lights. It's funny when you do this. I feel like I'm turning the lights off, like back in the. But yeah, been great. Still great, interesting sort of products. I think this week. As I say, quite good to see my British White Digestive. So I can't believe that's a year ago they came out. The Galaxy Smooth Mint as well, another great product. Coffee cream as well from Fry's. Peach and apricot flavoured Jeremy Dodgers, an interesting one. Should have been better. Just Jeremy Dodgers, they just need to. For me, they just need to have more filling in. Well, but less. I don't know. They can't change anything, can they? They can only make but they are doing a good job at trying. They obviously basting them in a flavouring that they've done with the strawberry ones recently, which I think is a great idea. But it just, unfortunately, strawberry flavour just wasn't strong enough generally. I think anyway. So it still needed more flavour, and they've tried making more flavour in the jam itself anyway, give it more flavour. So they are trying to do it, but I think they need to have 3 times the amount rather, and they're probably only adding in extra 0.5 maybe. You know what I mean? So yeah, it's going to be difficult for them, I think. And 5 years ago, the Skittles yogurty coated dips were just lovely as well. I think they've gone away now, unfortunately, but they were a great one. Though it was really nice. The Cadbury Snack Australia version was a great one as well. There was 2 great products. The other 2, Time Out Australia was a bit of a disappointment, unfortunately, because of Australia's take on it, making like a bourbon cream centre. But limited edition Skittles smoothies should have been great as well, but they were just a bit disappointing, a bit too Skittles like in the in the tartness rather than being a bit more smooth, I guess, which you'd expect from a smoothie, I think. So there we go. But there we are. All right, guys. Well, I hope you enjoyed that. Yes, it's great to see you all. Great to see you, Shori. Great to see you, Joe and Alan, of course. Yes, there you go. Another great look back. Thank you. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. Oh, thank you so much, Alan. Yeah, you too. I'll try and get that Fox's rounds up this week. It's a bit of a hectic one last week, but I'll try and get it up this week, and maybe I don't know. I'm going to probably do the 2,500 special tomorrow, I think. So it might be Monday, Tuesday, maybe Wednesday. Depends how it goes. But I need to get the members one up as well, so I'll try and see if I can get that up soon as well. Busy one. Then I've got the August update to do also before it gets to September. Goodness me, can you believe it? Hey, gotta go forage some food out there. Great show. Oh, well, good luck, Joe. Good luck. Yes, hopefully you can forage some cake. But yeah, I know I'm heading off anyway, Joe. So you've stayed just long enough. So that's great stuff indeed. Well, thank you, Joe. Thanks, Alan. Thanks, Shori, of course, and everyone else who's watching. Thank you so much for all your support and for turning up. Great to see you, and I hope you have a great weekend. And thanks for the stream. It's always great to have a chat about sweets, chocolate, and Transformers. Yes. So there's a great combination. What we need is a Transformers chocolate cake covered in sweets. That's what we need, don't we? I'm sure they do one in supermarkets, but we can never have too many. Oh dear. Now, thanks so much, Shuri. Good luck with your cake, and hope you get to see your girlfriend soon as well. And good luck with the Transformers also. Have a great one. Enjoy your foraging, Joe, as well. And whatever you get up to, Alan, enjoy it. Well, the biscuits from the fridge. I might have to try biscuits from the fridge. Let me know, everyone. If leave a comment if you watch after the event whether they had biscuits on the fridge. I might have to give that a go, I think it could work. Thank you. Enjoy the weekend, sir. Thank you very much, Shori. You do too. And everyone else who's watching, thanks so much. I'll see you next time. Have a blessed weekend. And you, Joe. Thanks very much indeed. Thank you very much. Take care, everyone. Bye for now.